My name is Kelly Cheatham. I am a technology coach for Fort Worth ISD, and I am here today with Camber Livingston, 7th grade math teacher at Rosemont Middle School. And she's going to talk to us about some of the awesome things she's doing here in her classroom.
Yeah, so today my students are doing a digital escape room. They have this PowerPoint up here where they can go through and type their answers, submit it in Google Classroom so that I can see that they're understanding.
Wait, I'm going to back you up real quick. What is a digital escape room exactly?
A digital escape room is something I've created through Google Sites. They click on each picture and it takes them to a new activity where they have to solve all the questions and they find a code and put it in to escape the classroom.
Okay, all right. Let my light adjust a little bit here. Okay, cool.
So you want me to exit?
Yeah, or no. So they're going through these slides, and what do they do?
They're going through these slides, which are the same questions as the escape room.
Oh, okay.
And they are typing their answers in so that they can submit it and I can see their answers.
Right on. And you can see it in live time, I assume?
Yes.
Okay.
Exiting here.
Okay.
This is the escape room that you can see.
Ooh.
As you go through, there are 6 activities and each one is the picture. As they click on a picture, so say I want to do zombies, they make their own copy so that they can edit it if they would like and it doesn't affect other students' work.
Okay, and that's the activity right there?
Yes, and here's the zombies activity.
Oh, yes. This is awesome. Okay, and I assume they're working on right on. Is that the clown one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nice. It's so cool. Okay. All right, let's get to know a little bit more.
Yeah. So I guess since we're already talking about her digital breakout, can you tell us about your process to creating this?
Yeah, so this is something that I just kind of experimented myself and figured out. The videos were kind of complicated when I looked up how to do them, but I saw professors in college doing it and I really wanted to create my own. So this is made through Google Sites. I took pictures from the internet and linked my own Google Draw or Google Slides where I made the activities in it. So everything is intricated and linked in. I designed it so that they make their own copies so that if one student is clicking and writing their answers, it doesn't pop up on another student's computer. So this is just something that I created on my own. I create usually a new one based on what time of the year it is or the activities. Like I've done a meme one where all the kids love that. There's different memes integrated in it. This one's Halloween themed because we just had Halloween.
Right on.
That's awesome. So what are some of the technology things that you typically do in your classroom on a daily basis?
Every day they get on Google Classroom. Sometimes there's assignments, sometimes it's just the PowerPoints that we're doing. I tried Nearpod and Pear Deck with them this week. I think they liked Pear Deck better because they can draw on it and things like that. It really makes it come to life and they are in control of their own learning because they get to draw or they get to put their own answers. In Pear Deck you can also display all the students' work on the screen, but it doesn't put names, so we can kind of talk about other students' work and critique it, but instead of calling them out, nobody knows who it is, so we can kind of critique them that way.
That's great.
So you kind of already talked about a little bit about the impact that it's having on their learning. Can you tell us a little bit more about that, what you're seeing?
Yeah, so I'm seeing kids that usually don't participate at all know what I'm talking about in class, which is really cool. I know I won't have 100% participation all the time.
Wait, I'm going to pause you right there.
Yeah.
Every screen is on. Everyone's on an activity. This is looking like 100% right here. Right on. This is amazing. Sorry. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, so sometimes I don't have 100% participation or I have kids that don't really care about what I'm teaching. But how I relate it to the real world and make it meaningful to them, also through the use of technology, they're starting to get it and they're answering questions out loud in class. So I'm like, wow, you know the answer? That's surprising.
Right on.
Hey, that's awesome. Have you seen an increase in your test scores at all?
Yeah, for sure. We took our interim assessment, the first one. My scores were 33%, and we just finished our second one, and my scores went from 33% to 50.4%.
Wow.
So it's really increasing my scores. I can see a change in the pre-assessment data versus the end of the unit test and how they're growing through what they're learning.
That's awesome. You're doing some amazing things in here, and you can definitely tell your kids love it.
Yes.
Every single one of them right now is engaged. And you can see on their screens, but also the conversations they're having, and they're working out the math and engaged in that content, which is great.
some of these pictures are spooky. I love it. This is awesome. Okay.
I want to take a second to talk about how you learn about new technologies. So I don't hear a lot from you. You don't ask a lot of questions to me. So how are you learning about new technologies? What is your kind of method for that?
I see it on social media, or I see other teachers using it. I'm in a lot of groups on Facebook with teachers and how they use technology, and I'm like, oh, it's so cool. But instead of asking, I just like to play with it myself. I think students learn more through hands-on activities, and me messing with it, that's how I learn too. So I usually grab one of their Chromebooks, ask them to borrow it, and I'll see it from the student view and then
That's awesome.
teacher view on my computer, so I can kind of play back and forth, work out all the kinks before I put it into the lesson for them.
Great.
So one thing that Camber's not afraid to do is just try things. So she sees something new and she'll click around and she'll try to figure it out herself, which is a huge thing. And you're willing to go and find the resources, and you're not afraid to try new things with your class, and that's an awesome thing. So big advice to teachers out there: don't be afraid to try.
Yes.
It's okay to flop. That's
Yes.
all right. I'm sure that there are things that
Yes.
have failed,
Yes, definitely.
but clearly there are things that have been successful too, as you can see in this classroom.
Great.
All right, I have one final question for you, and that's about digital responsibility.
Yes.
So, do you have conversations with your class a lot about, how to responsibly use the technology that is in their hands?
Yeah, we talk about responsible use of technology a lot. One thing that these kids like to do is open another tab and play games and switch back and forth, and they think I don't know that they're doing it, but I know that they're doing it.
I see some
See,
looks
some
right
of them
now.
are looking at me because they know I know that.
Yeah.
So we talk about that. We also talk about things that you post are out there forever. I tell them about in college, one of my professors pulled up a post I made in 6th grade from Facebook
Oh, wow.
and showed us how serious it was, and I was like, oh my god. So I tell them, like, the embarrassing things that you're saying now are going to be embarrassing later,
Yeah.
and they're
That's a great
out there
story to tell
forever.
That is.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
So we talk about responsible use of it, and then our rules are posted around the room about use of technology, and if they don't follow the expectations, they just lose Chromebook privileges and have to do it on paper.
All right, well, thank you so much for sharing your time with us today and sharing this experience, and we've loved it so far. So
Right on. Will you pull up the website one more time? And I'll zoom out on that.
yeah.
Get our students solving, working.